to Business Connect's exclusive interview series. This is Kajal Dobhal, your host for today. And we are honored to welcome Professor Dilip K Prasad, who is a distinguished scientist and entrepreneur whose groundbreaking work is reshaping the landscape of assisted reproductive technology. As a founder of Spermotile, Dr. Prasad is pioneering the integration of AI and advanced microscopy to enhance in vitro fertilization outcomes, offering new hopes to countless people out there. So, thank you so much for joining us today, Dr. Prasad.
Thank you, Kajal, for having me here. And also thank you, Business Connect, for inviting me for this interview.
Pleasure is all ours, Dr. Prasad. And now we would like you to shed some light on what inspired the creation of Spermotile and how does your technology redefine assisted reproductive therapy? Could you just walk us through that?
Thank you, Ms. Kajal, for your question. The inspiration and the story behind Spermotile Foundation is highly personal and also scientific. As we know that in IVF technique, or you can call it the assisted reproductive technology area, there are advancements towards the women's side, the fertility aspect related to the women's side, to the egg, to their ovum maturation. But there are not much work done towards the male factor of the fertility. And to your knowledge, the male factor of the fertility is close to 40% of the fertility issue among 1 billion couples in the world. So we have 8 billion people, almost 1 billion people are suffering from fertility issue. So while going through this fertility technology development, we see that at the moment, the people are doing either subjective way of selecting the sperm, or they are using the simple morphology and normal motion of the sperm to select the sperm. What we have come up is using the AI guided and science-driven way to both based on the morphology as well as the motility pattern and also the way the sperms are moving, select the each and every sperm and do the analysis on each and every sperm. So what we are selecting in this way is, it is not subjective, it is science guided, and it is driven by the technology which is proven in the research and by the fertility specialist.
Okay.
Thank you.
Understood. So, Dr. Prasad, when it comes to the process, like spermotile filtration system, it enhances fertility treatment outcomes, right? So, when compared to the traditional methods, how it is different, and would you like to shed some light on its USPs?
Very pertinent question, Kajal. So traditional way, there are two way the sperm selection is happening. One is by centrifugal method. Other one is swim up method. And the third one is subjective to the fertility specialist, that is used in a ICSI technique, where the fertility specialist sit for many hours and then they select 100, 200 sperm in 20 hours of the span of time. Now, in the swim up technique or centrifugation technique, what typically happens is that there are chances of damage is there to the sperm. So eventually when the egg get fertilized, it doesn't result into the successful pregnancy. Further, they are dependent on simple morphology and simple motion. While on contrary, the spermotile is based on selecting each and every sperm based on their morphology, their shape, their size, and the motion pattern. And all we are doing it via non-tagging the sperm. That means we are not adding any toxic chemicals into it. And it is we are selecting each and every sperm with the you can imagine there are almost 30 million sperms are there in the sperm samples, and our product can select each and every sperm in a very high content, like over 100,000, 200,000 selection is possible within half an hour of time. As a result, since we are giving the best quality sperm and which is standardized and science driven and precise, it is going to help in the better fertility. and it will result into the better success rate and a viable pregnancy. And it is going to bring the hope to the uh, fertility issues suffering couples and to the future fertility to the future people who are looking for family and hope in their life.
Also, Dr. Prasad, I believe that this is very, significant issue to talk about. And if you could just walk us through, the societal impact of spermotile in helping women out there. So could you just talk about that as well?
Wonderful question, Ms. Kajal, that the fertility aspect of the whole fertility aspect, especially as societal stigmas are there into the fertility aspect and society don't talk about it. And especially in the developing country, the burden of not having the children is given to the woman. But as we know from the science that only one third of fertility problem belongs to women and remaining one third goes to men. And then there are one third issue which belongs to both men and women. So there are almost 40% factor of male infertility where the male factor is into the question.
Mm.
And in this regard, what Spermotile is helping that it is not putting burden also on the male that
Mhm.
you don't have to change your lifestyle, you don't have to do like for male fertility issue, there are many factors are there like
Mhm.
taking alcohol, smoking, and having a lifestyle issue. Many factors are there. Spermotile do not impose any other restriction on the male factor. Whatever the sperm quality they have, it tried to find out the best quality sperm, which can be the star children of their future children. So in this aspect, what spermotile is going to help that it is going to reduce the number of cycle for fertility treatment, and it is going to help women not go through that hormonal process of IVF, injecting them lots of. I have talked to many women, and many women have this same realization that they feel like they have been treated like animal, that they have to go through this hormone injection. So if we can reduce the number of cycle and get them fertile for get them children much before 7 cycle, 10 cycle, 15 cycle. Let's say if they get pregnant in 1 cycle or 2 cycle, it is going to help a lot of stigma overcoming and will help women embrace the fertility treatment and go towards it with less economical burden and faster access to their future children and more hope in their life. So this way, the spermotile is going to do the societal impact. It will help women more to embrace the fertility treatment and walk into the society with keeping their heads high. Thank you.
Amazing. Amazing, Dr. Prasad. And also, can you just, share some light or share some insights with us on all the intellectual properties that you have developed so far, and also like how did they impact, the assisted reproductive technology? So please go ahead.
Thank you. When we are going towards the innovation track or coming up with a product, the IP is very important. So spermotile is protected or it is backed by three intellectual property. We have filed three patents into the US and to the global market.
Mhm.
These three patents belongs to one aspect, one where it selects the motility pattern of the sperm. So means that it allows to select the sperm which can run marathon, not the sprinter, that it is not going to run very fast and then all the energy goes away. It helps in selecting the best marathon runner, which has a consistent pattern and can go for longer distance. Second is the whole device, the spermotile device, which is being patented. And the finally is the microfluidic base, the active filter, which is a single-use chipset. And that particular chipset is based on microfluidic, and with the guidance of AI,
Mhm.
it will help in analyzing each and every sperm, and then select the good quality sperm and reject the bad quality sperm. And that is how it is going to be helping selecting best quality thing. So since it is a groundbreaking technique, there is nothing exist at the moment to select the sperm in this way. It is going to change the whole holistic, and it fits pretty well with the current workflow of ART treatment. Instead of people going for the centrifugation process or swim process, it is going to simply use our spermotile product and the active filter chip, which is going to help in giving the best quality sperm. And then it is going to help the success rate and fertility improvement, viable pregnancy. And that's going to impact, and more people are going to use this technology in the future.
Understood. Okay, so also, Dr. Prasad, all our audience out there would also like to know about your key milestones and upcoming developments in scaling this spermotile, filtration system. So, what would be your take on that?
Uh, the key milestone, so we have so far, we have achieved a filing of the 3 patent, and we have secured a funding of 4 million US dollar from European Union and the Norwegian funding agency. And with that, we are going towards the regulatory approval and also the clinical validation in across Europe and in the USA. So next, what we are planning to do, get the CE approval, which is a European Union approval for our medical device, and also FDA approval for our US market. And then we are also trying to monitor our freedom to operate for our intellectual property. And we are setting up the strategic partnership for our future clinician, for future clinics where we're going to try, and many other strategic people like advisor, investors, that particular thing we are doing. Second thing what we are doing is for scaling up process, we are finding out manufacturer who is going to help in scale up our manufacturing process, both our medical device as well as our active filter chip. So if you think there are 3 million IVF process happening in a year, so if we want to target all the 3 million market, we need 3 million production capacity in a very fast rate. Apart from that, we are also identifying multi-center clinical trial, and then we will raise a larger fund for finally selling the product in 2 years. Thank you.
Understood. And now, Dr. Prasad, we would also like to address like the future prospects, okay, of the industry. Like in industry, if we say like for assisted reproductive technology, where do you see this evolving? And in that regards, what would be the role of spermotile in it? Can you just walk us through that as well?
Yeah, so spermotile, the fertility domain has grabbed a lot of attention. As you know that the world, especially the developed world, is suffering from less and less children are getting born, and people also suffering from fertility decline. Means the 30 years ago, what was the fertility rate or fertility ability of the society? After 30 years, it has been decreased, and it has also been recognized by both the new Trump administration and Elon Musk that they want to reduce the cost of fertility and also make the fertility accessible to more and more people. So in this regard, where the spermotile can play the role, or any other people who is going to come into this market, the more and more precise methodology is going to come, more personalized methodology is going to come, and the more and more efficient. So that, and spermotile stand particularly very well into this area, that it helps in reducing the number of IVF cycle, so that the couples don't have to go through the pain of multiple trials, the economic aspect, and also the personal aspect, societal stigma that not getting been becoming parent. So in this direction, the more research and more technology and product is going to come into the future, similar to spermotile.
Okay,
Thank you.
understood. Okay, so Dr. Prasad, but before doing so, can you just share any powerful message with our audience out there, be it in terms of innovation, resilience, or the future of fertility treatments as well?
Uh, my message to the people who are innovating and also to people who are looking for fertility for their future family. Innovation in fertility care is not about technology. It is more about hope, bringing hope to the family who are looking for their children, the joy of having the children. So in this regard, the Spermotile is going to play a data-driven and standardized methodology where it is going to provide more efficiency rather than present way of subjective treatment, and more cycle is going on. So going forward, we will see more and more people are opting for the fertility treatment, as we will have much better chances of success rate and more viable pregnancy in the future. With this, I will say have hope, and it helps us being resilient in spite of having the funding challenges, in spite of going through the regulation complexity, in spite of finding the manufacturing in this present world of geopolitics changes, where to manufacture and what is going to happen after 3 years if something is happening. But just to bring the hope in the people who are looking for their future children and future family, it keeps us moving and we are moving towards it. So let's end up with that we do have the hope and never stop hoping for future children and opt for fertility treatment using this Spermotile. Thank you.
So with that, Dr. Prasad, this brings us to the end of this conversation. And I sincerely hope that our global audience out there, would bag some valuable lesson from this insightful conversation we just had with you. And we wish you all the best for future endeavors, and you have a nice day ahead. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Ms. Kajal. It was wonderful talking to you, and it was wonderful to talk to your audience of Business Connect. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Pleasure is all us. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.